Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I have not been the most consistent, but I'm really trying. I am trying. But today I did this look here. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos that either feature celebrity makeup artists or like people who have went to their classes and they took the tips, tried to recreate it. And so what I'm gonna do is do this makeup look that's like pretty different than what I usually would do, because I'm trying to incorporate their tips. And I also use this, like, I try to use most of these brushes that I picked up from Riley Rose. They're BH Cosmetic brushes and they're so soft and they were only $38. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this, like, it's more like matte, I feel like it's gonna look really pretty photographed with a flash, then keep on watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and please be patient with me. Keep on watching. So because this look is like uses a lot of powders, I'm gonna actually use this face mask that I got in my BoxyCharm. I've actually never used Tatcha, but I heard good things about it, so I'm gonna try it. Be very careful because this shit like literally dripped all over me. It's like milk or something. I don't even, see, it's like getting everywhere. It like dripped all over me. It's like a lot. And then just drag whatever. I look ridiculous, but just drag like what's left like on the neck. Get the neck, because we put makeup there, you know.
2 hours later.
Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna take this off now, and then I'm gonna further moisturize. So it smells so good. I have dry skin, so like better for me to be like over moisturized than not, especially if we're going to be using like a lot of powders. I'm just going to add a little bit on Bobbi Brown's vitamin enriched base. I like to use that because it's moisturizing. It's like sits on the skin really nicely and smells so good. Since I bleached my hair, that shit fell off, all of it. Bye. I have beautiful long healthy hair. It's all broken. It's all broken. Okay, so after you moisturize, you're gonna fill in the brows. Artists that I am trying to recreate, they also do this. So they fill in the brows, then they moisturize actually. So they fill the brows in, then they moisturize, and then they do the shadow, and then they work their way to the face. So very, very lightly, I'm just gonna start to fill in the more sparser areas. The reason you do that is because you want it to all blend, and if I start to fill in the areas that are darker, it won't blend. Like the areas that are lighter are gonna obviously still look lighter no matter what. So that is a tip that I've noticed from celebrity makeup artists. So just make sure you're adding a little, blending a little. The eyebrow pencil I'm using is from my BoxyCharm. Towards the front of the brow, you want to be so light-handed. I know that the makeup artists that I follow, they use brow pencils because that does give you like the most natural kind of brow. So now I'm going to clean up the brows, and I'm going to use this light shade from this Graftobian. It's actually a color corrector palette, but I'm just going to try to use it. And I'm also going to use the flat definer brush from that BH Cosmetics. It's the number 10 brush. Most of these things that are things that I was already doing, but I did learn a lot. So that's why I'm like, oh, I need to film a video, because I'm going to be trying it for the first time. And hopefully I can look like a Kardashian. Just kidding. Now I'm about to go in with NARS Creme Brulee at the top of the brow, because this is like real close to my skin color. And I'm just gonna apply it with this. It does this already, so oh my god, be careful with this step because you can mess up your brow like that. Okay, now for the shadow part. So this is gonna be brand new, but I'm gonna start off by using the bronzer that I will later use around the face, and I'm gonna bring it in here and kind of buff it into the brows. And I feel like the shadow is like very effortless, like it's mainly based on like skin. And I'm using the number 7 fluffy brush to do that. So I'm gonna really try my best to do that over here. I don't know if I'm like putting too much because I know they're very light-handed. All over the eye with actually a 224 brush. It's like more fluffy than that, and I'm gonna use Burnt Orange from this Anastasia Soft Glam palette. And I'm just gonna like sweep that all over the eye. And you kind of want to bring it out, drag it out like that. I know when I watch the YouTube videos, it's like they're barely even adding any products, but it like the smallest amount of product like always just ends up making the biggest difference. This number 8 brush, it's like fluffy, but then it also is like kind of a little bit flat. What I'm gonna do is take this rustic color and I'm gonna go in the outer corner and kind of like bring it up like a V. So I just blended those two together a little more, and now using a very small, so I'm just going to use my MAC one, and I'm going to use this darker brown, and I'm going to put it on the lash line and bring it up into this brown we had already added, and then the transition shade. What this is going to do is open up the eyes. So I'm going to bring it on the lash line like that, and then bring it up. One that we used for the bronzer to like kind of blend all that. Then for the actual lid, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pack on a lighter color. I'm gonna grab this light matte shade from this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. This came in my BoxyCharm as well. And flat brush, probably just like spot clean the one we used to clean up the brows. The number 10, I'm gonna pack on that lighter shade. So above the crease. I'm actually gonna mix it with the lightest shade in the Soft Glam palette. Mix those two. And I'm gonna just bring it above the crease. Then take that very fluffy but yet kind of flat brush and just blend these all together. So taking a makeup wipe, I'm gonna make a very straight line from underneath the eye to your temples. And then on this side. Great, like that one is a little too high. Great. Flat, small brush, and kind of diffuse that because we don't want any harsh lines, because on camera that's gonna look really bad. Number 9, and just kind of like diffuse that out. Now this is something I'm not used to, but I'm gonna do. What celebrity artists do is that they use a very lightweight foundation, and then they will go more full coverage with the concealer and the powders. Usually I do like full coverage foundation and like lighter concealers, but I'm gonna do the opposite. So what I'm gonna use is Giorgio Armani, the Luminous Silk foundation in the shade 6. You also want to go a shade and a half darker. So I use that foundation brush to evenly apply the foundation in the center of the face, on the nose, on the chin. The reason why you want to use a foundation brush to apply first before the beauty blender is so that it's even. And you want to blend for a good 20 minutes. The more you blend in the foundation and press it into the skin, the more skin-like it looks and the less cakey it looks. Avoid putting a lot of foundation on the forehead because on camera and in pictures, and even in person actually, if you have a lot of makeup on your forehead, it looks less natural and like more cakey. So I'm gonna spend a good 20 minutes blending. Put your music on, jam out, and just blend. Blend, 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 blend.
One eternity later.
So now what you're gonna wanna do is spot conceal. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Shape Tape because it has a little more full coverage on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna lightly conceal areas that have blemishes, very lightly. So I usually don't do this, so this is another trick that I'm gonna be doing for the first time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bronze first before I highlight, because I really want a bright highlight, and if I do the highlight first and then bronze, it's gonna take some of that away. So I'm gonna use a cream bronzer as well, which is pretty new, and I'm gonna use a fluffy brush to kind of very lightly add that on. I'm gonna use the number 2 brush in that BH brush set, and I'm gonna start to add the smallest amounts of bronzer. And so you kind of want to start from the hairline and then bring it down, and I kind of like will bring it probably to like right there. Keep blending, blend for dear life. So now I'm gonna go in with my concealers, the brush that it comes with, and kind of add it this way. So I'm gonna go on the side of the nose. I have a small nose, so I'm gonna bring it all the way, and then clean up over here, and then kind of feather out the rest this way. I'm also gonna place some on the chin and the nose. So instead of just going straight in with my beauty blender, I'm actually gonna use this number 9 brush from the BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna feather out that concealer first and kind of blend it in on the face. So before actually baking, which I never do, I'm gonna set the under eyes and the areas I put the concealer with a loose powder that actually has a little bit of color. And this is so that when there is flash photography, it's not like super white. Go in and bake. I'm gonna use this Pretty Vulgar translucent setting powder from the Powder Room. It's the shade Matte About It. Mad about it. Mad about it. Hilarious. And I'm gonna bake underneath the mouth and chin. And I never bake, so let's see how this goes. So then I just put it underneath me. Underneath my eye. Not like a huge amount, but like a noticeable amount on the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. It's okay if you get a little on the front of the brow. Boom. And then to set the rest of the face, I am going to use a powder puff like this. It's dirty, but whatever. And with like a skin color, I'm gonna pack on powder on the rest of the face. I'm gonna use this La Mer sheer press powder. Boom. Boom. Oh, now I also put the powder under here. So now I'm gonna go underneath the eye with this rustic shade and a flat shader brush, and just add shadow underneath the eye. Whoa, that's a lot. I'm gonna blend that out. Then I'm gonna use this number 6 brush, and I'm gonna swipe side to side and blend off that powder. So now I'm going to add the Modern Mandarin blush. I'm going to use a very fluffy brush like this. This is so soft. So it adds a small amount. I'm going to use this number 6 brush to add the highlighter. Really press it into the skin. I'm not going to put any on the nose, which I always do. So I couldn't find my eyelash curler, so I just like really worked in the mascara. Now I'm just gonna pop my lashes on. Okay, so I quickly just popped on these lashes. They're pretty natural. They're from the brand Dotness Lashes. The style Stunner. And I'm just taking this nude pencil from NYX and I'm just running it through the waterline. After completely covering my lips with foundation, I start to line my lips using a lip liner from MAC in the shade Plum. I then fill in the remainder of the lip with the shade Peach Stock from MAC as well. And then I just top it with a plumping lip gloss to kind of blend it all in a little more. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I am loving it. I feel like I could snap without a filter. Like, that's how much I love it right now. Like, this is, oh my gosh, like the skin looks so good. Like, it's a lot to get this glam, but in the end, it's always so worth it. Always. Well, thank you so much for watching. I am gonna try to upload way more videos, so don't forget to share, comment, like, everything. Thanks, y'all. Peace out.